Well, damn.
Way down. And it was so slow that you could almost see the air moving. Then you saw the driver take a gun and go like this and shoot Kennedy. And the bullet comes out of the gun this slow. Very, very, very slow. And it hits Kennedy in the head. And you see everything flying out of his head. And I'm thinking, this isn't the tape I ever saw before. So I said, is this a doctored tape? What's this about? And he said, this is the original one. And I said, no, you know. And he said, well, I'm going to show you the one that you've seen on the media. Now, the next tape is your typical one where the driver just keeps driving, never even flinches with the gun. And he stops the tape. And he says, look at the tree. And there's the top of a tree growing in air. And he says, this is the one that you're seeing on the media. And it's been doctored. He looked very, very intently at me and he said, nothing is as it appears to be.
I keep trying to tell y'all that there's more to the story than they tell us. In TikTok, this video is fake.
Do not mess with the gully peachy. They'll actually put a stone or block in her mouth to keep her from talking. There's actually books written where they were so frightened of them, the women especially, because they practiced this communal protectionism that if a sound that came out of her mouth, it meant your death. And so when we say voodoo is not a game, it is just a knowing of how the universe works better than some people to a certain extent.
And do you want to know what's kind of funny to me? Y'all know that tongue clicking? That was an actual language, a very, very high vibrational one. It is a language in South Africa that is going extinct. Why? Because they were killed by colonizers for speaking that language. And she also states that they would get beaten up by white men if they were caught speaking their own language. I really want y'all to recognize how powerful speaking is. Like I say, if you ever just hug somebody and they talk, you can hear their voice in their chest. If you touch the back of somebody who's talking, you can feel the vibration going through their body. Your body is listening to you. Do you know how powerful we had to be for them to be able to want to be on the verge of killing us, putting rocks inside of our mouths so we couldn't speak? Y'all gotta recognize that creating vibration within your mouth is very powerful. The English language that we speak doesn't even create any type of vibration to enhance the rate of our communication. This is the lowest form of speaking. Just a little hint though. Y'all stay dangerous. More information on my YouTube.
Isn't it weird how we all use our phones 24/7, but we never see them or use them in our dreams? Even all the other technologies like TVs and laptops, you just won't see them in a dream. Some people think that this proves that we're actually living inside a simulation because something is stopping you from seeing something on your unconscious level.
Peep this map, bro.
Wake up.
Now peep Old Testament map of ancient America. Hold up. Alright, so peep, right? I had zoomed in.
Wake up. Wake up.
So what if this what it really was, bro? And if anything, right? This would really make sense. You wanna know why? Because what's in this area? Washington, D.C. Oh my God.
Conspiracy theory bag. I know World Forum, they came out with an article a couple years ago. People, y'all can go check this out. They said by year 2030, most people, they say you will own nothing and you will be happy about it. And I remember when it came out, a lot of people was like, wait, what they talking about? It's because I think, my opinion, in this climate, like you said, these hedge funds, they coming to, they snatching up everything. And it's gonna get to a point as people, they not buying homes, especially most people. Not, I say the average person is probably single today. You know what I'm saying? Relationships is not like booming like it once was 50 years ago.
Divorce rate is crazy right now.
And if you're a single person, you're not really gonna see the use or the value of buying a house if you're alone. I think their plan is for them to own everything. But my point I'm getting at is it's gonna be extremely hard to build wealth. That's why I preach it so much, because I know there's got to be a sense of urgency, because how can you build wealth when you can't get access to homes like that? If they snatched up, you know what I'm saying? You know what wealth in most families, your net worth is strictly connected to the house you own.
And for the most part, yeah.
But if you don't own a home, what other ownership do you have?
What this 102-year-old lady said.
Today,
102.
102. So you were born in
1918.
1918. And we were just talking, and I asked you what shape the Earth is, and what did you say? What were you taught in school in elementary school?
I was taught in school that the Earth was flat.
And what do you do for a living?
I jump out of planes, skydive for a living.
When you jump out the plane, how high is the plane in the air?
17,000 feet.
So from 17,000 feet in the air, when you jump out, do you see the curvature of the Earth, or does it look flat?
You do not see the curvature of the Earth. All you see is just everything that you can pretty much see for 100 miles or so.
First of all, lad, we've got to get all these medieval ideas out of your head. Clear the way for new ideas. Knowledge of man's fabulous discoveries in the centuries ahead. Now that'll be a great advantage, boy. Advantage indeed. If the boy goes about saying the world is round, they'll take him for a lunatic. The world is round? Yes, that's right. And it also goes around.
We all been lied to about the truth behind the times of 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. And I'm about to tell you exactly what the fuck be going on at that time. Let's get into it. Basically, during this time, the veil between our realm and the other higher realms of existence is thinnest at this point, right? Everybody's been told that. But did you know that at this point in your time, if you get woken up, it's called the ambrosial hour, and it's actually a huge energetic boost for all of us that naturally we wake up during the night sometimes when our soul, aka our higher self, wants us to use this energy to be in the creator mode of this reality. So if you ever played Minecraft, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. It's actually a great time for you to be in the purgatory. You're not dead, you're not alive, but you're on the other side. Because did you not know, friend, that everything that we're doing is a dream right now? Yes! Even when we go to sleep, we think we're sleeping. We're not sleeping. We're actually just back in our original state of nothingness, and we're without a body, so we're without having a human experience, and we are just experiencing life without this vessel. And that's what happens when we're asleep. But when we wake up during those times, we are still in that state because your brain is the map and the gateway.
I know everybody think everything is a conspiracy, although I told y'all 2 years ago, I showed y'all the report where the CIA created the term conspiracy theory for critical thinkers. It is just a weaponized term, and it is not a conspiracy that there likely is a clone-yay and clones and skin mask and Jamie Foxx might be the next one. It's not a conspiracy that these things actually exist. So I'm just going to show you guys the difference between clones and skin masks that are going around because the world is a stage and everything is not what you think it is.
Humans made to order, mothers giving birth to themselves, babies conceived just so their body parts can be transplanted. Come with me into the scary new world of cloning. The nightmarish stuff of science fiction has suddenly become a reality. Behind those walls, there are people with the technology, the ability and the desire to genetically engineer human embryos, to be the first in the world to successfully clone a human being.
Very pleased to announce that the first baby clone is born. She was born yesterday at 11:55 a.m. in the country where she was born. So this will not give you more details about the location. She's fine. We call her Eve.
Cloned is a private company. We founded that 4 years ago, got the funding to really have lab last August. And so now we have 3 scientists working almost full-time in a lab here in the United States with the major goal for us to produce a human embryo by human cloning.
My first gen was born in Jersey. However, I was cloned by Clonate in Canada. My model number is 0112568, if anyone wants to see the registration in Clonate. When I was cloned, they wiped a lot of memory, but when I stole the documents before escaping, I read that the mother was Puerto Rican and I guess the father, the surrogate, you could say, was the sperm donor was the Sicilian.
I think you have my head on a stick. Oh my God. My slide never looks so good. Oh my God.
Just me, or what is this creature that doesn't breathe and has fish gills or something weird?
Now they say the truth is stranger than fiction, so share, duet, whatever before they take this down, because they don't want y'all to know about clones and skin masks yet, but it's revelation time.
Everything you've ever been told is a lie, so here's the most truth you've ever heard in one video. The rapture already happened. Sex was a sin in the garden. Jesus Christ already returned. The law was the mark of the beast. Israel was the beast. Jerusalem was mystery Babylon. Christianity ended in 70 AD. Today's Christianity is fake. The man of sin and false prophet were Jewish zealot leaders in the first century. The two witnesses were the spirits of John and Daniel. The Euphrates dried up in the first century. We don't need rivers to dry today. We have jets. The 1,000-year reign only lasted for 42 months. There's no third temple in Scripture. The Bible was written to the people it was addressed to. It's not for us. Hell only lasted for 40 years. New Jerusalem is in heaven, not on earth. Jesus ended sin, not evil. Jesus ended the grave, not death. They fled Judea, not the whole world. There is no destruction of the entire planet. When we die, we'll be a ghost. We can go to heaven or the lake of fire. Gentiles never had the law. We should not have 2.4 billion Gentiles reading the law and the prophets and going back to everything that Jesus Christ fulfilled and rejecting Jesus. Today's Christianity got here through war, tyranny, and genocide. Jesus' kingdom was not of this world, yet the Christians own the kingdom of this world. That's why their presidents swear on the Bible. Jesus Christ finished his work and received a new name that nobody knows. He defeated Satan. We should worship God today and not Jesus. Give me a follow. I have videos explaining all these
things. So I've had this video for quite some time. But you guys tell me, what am I looking at? So what you guys see reflected on the monitor there is what's up on the stage, right? I tried Googling this and I don't understand it. I didn't notice it until I got home and actually looked at the footage. What am I missing? Is there some type of gadget that is used for this? But you guys see the light, and the light is moving as if it's following the person's body. There's no chair on the stage. There's nothing there. I don't even get off into conspiracy theories. But if you guys can figure it out, let me know, because I know we pay for live tickets.
Hey, y'all, check it. Look how deep the water go. They just showing you how deep they went. The water is way deeper. Look at this. Oh my God. Watch this. That's deep. And guess what, guys? It's still going. You need. so far. There's more out there. That's crazy. No.
Video of Michael Jackson performing a song that had never been released. The problem was Michael Jackson died in 2009. And the simulation that you're going to see is so real that people in the audience, some of them were actually offended. People in the audience could not tell that that was not the real Michael Jackson. He interacted with the other dancers, he interacted with the audience, and he looked very real. It's a beautiful example of how far this digital technology and the ability to create simulations have come. The forbidden question: is it possible that each moment of every day of our lives is actually happening inside of a simulated reality that looks and feels totally real?
Why so few, you say? There are not a few of these giant trees. The remnants are everywhere. Our eyes only allow us to see small glimpses of what was. But the more your eyes open, the more you realize that these ancient trees were everywhere. You see, we have been told to dismiss what our eyes have told us for so long. Erasing all truths of the old world is a vast and extensive lie that branches off into all facets of our life. The lies are numerous, and the reason for it is quite simple. Those unaware of their true past, of their true capabilities and origins, are all that much more easier to control. It's not just about giant trees. Though the giant trees for me and many others were a big eye-opener to the true beauty of this world, to what's worth uncovering, and how much of it is hidden in plain sight for us to find. They want us thinking we're just hurtling around on a spinning rock in vast sea of nothingness, and we're just lumps of cells that don't matter, and all that around us is just rock. But trust me, friends, once you start opening your eyes to the true beauty of this realm, it truly inspires you and uplifts your spirits in ways you can never imagine. Question everything, friends. Until next time.
CIA declassified a book that basically says all of humanity will soon face a global cataclysm. So the book is called The Adam and Eve Story. It's been around for a while, but the fact that it was classified until 2013 makes you wonder, what were they hiding?
Wait, the CIA classified a book that says humanity's about to be wiped out.
Yeah, and the craziest part is the events outlined in this book actually give really reasonable explanations for some of history's greatest mysteries. If you don't know, I'm talking about things like the lost city of Atlantis, the mysteries of Antarctica, Stonehenge, Easter Island, these things that just don't seem to add up with what we know about history.
So, how does this book explain all that?
Well, it ties back to ancient cataclysms. Like every major religion and ancient folklore has a story of a global catastrophe that resets civilizations. So, you've got Noah's Ark, the Sumerians with the Epic of Gilgamesh, the Mayans talking about a great flood. All these cultures, thousands of miles apart, telling essentially the same story, and none of them would have had any contact with each other.
That's insane. And they all have a version of this?
Exactly, and it doesn't stop there. The book even suggests that these ancient structures, like the pyramids, were built by a previous advanced civilization. All these cultures talk about some greater being coming down to build them. None of them take credit for it themselves. And think about it. If you built something as incredible as the pyramids, wouldn't you want to brag about it? But these civilizations passed down remnants of their knowledge to the Stone Age that followed them. And what really trips me out is that this book was dismissed as pseudoscience for so long, but as we've seen, the line between pseudoscience and real science is just a matter of time.
So why did the CIA classify it?
And that's the question. Were they trying to hide something from us?
Singers, when they sing songs, it's like a mantra. When you repeat a chorus over and over and over. So when a kid hears a song, and he starts singing that chorus over and over and over, then you start to hear it in the alpha state, into the subconscious mind. So you start to become the song, or become what you're saying.
Man, this is crazy stuff right here. Whoa, this is crazy. Who channel this is? Look at all these folks. Wow. Know about that one. Wow. Oh, what? I wonder if these folk know about this. I wonder if these folk had these folks seen this page. Wow. Yeah, this page will be done tomorrow. Oh, man. Wow. These folks really don't like us. Yippee.
They're literally taking bioluminescent genes from like fireflies, jellyfish, whatever. They're integrating it into trees to where trees will glow in the dark at night.
Cool. How cool would that be?
They
like
wanna,
imagine putting like in small towns and we don't need like lights
That's
anymore.
what they want to do.
Dude,
they said
how
no more
fun.
street lights. It would just be trees.
Be careful who you let touch you. Watch this.
It's not accessible. You see, your energy, I've overpowered it already. Do you understand? In the name of Jesus, I've already overpowered it. Do you understand? Because you know where it is, you know where it is, you know where it is. You're trying to access it, but you can't. You're trying. That's why you keep touching. But that's why I gave out my hand, because I know regardless of whatever you're doing, it won't work. Do you understand? I can already see in your eyes that you're playing with something. I'm telling you now, repent now. Repent.
However, what you don't see in the footage is that the crash was so bad that the car rolled several times after hitting 2 trees before coming to rest in a ditch. What you also don't see is that in the process, Lisa and the rest of the people in the car were forcefully ejected from the car through their windows, and that Lisa was actually found under the car. When the autopsy results came in, it was discovered that Lisa had died almost instantly from a fracture of the base of the cranium and open cerebral trauma. However, the autopsy also revealed that Lisa was not under the influence. She was fit and aware of her surroundings, and there was nothing in her system that could have made her sloppy or slow to respond to emergencies. So this raised a lot of questions because there were so many things that didn't add up about the crash scene. Because on top of Lisa being sober and fit, you also have to remember that at the time, Lisa was driving in broad daylight on some quiet country road. So it was highly unlikely that she had been speeding or that there was so much traffic that she didn't notice oncoming vehicles. Investigators also discovered that there wasn't anything wrong with the car mechanically. So the brakes were intact, the accelerator was good, and the mirrors were complete. They just couldn't find anything physically at the crash site that could explain why the accident happened. And this is where Lisa's entanglement with Tupac comes in, because one of the running theories about her death is that her relationship with Tupac is allegedly one of the reasons why she had problems with Diddy, who fancied Lisa. As y'all know, Diddy and TLC, which obviously included Lisa, had a long-standing beef with Diddy and Clive Davis, which even escalated to the point of threats at some point. To give you a little context, TLC was signed to Layface Records in 1991, which was a collaboration between Babyface, L.A. Reid, and Clive Davis's Arista Records. So Clive's Arista Records handled much of TLC's promotion, releases, and business aspects. Now, at the time when TLC was getting signed to Layface Records in 1991, they were all still pretty young and didn't really know how to examine their contract and get themselves a good deal. So the contract they signed only benefited the record label to the extent that the girls had to file for bankruptcy at some point. After they released their first 2 albums, TLC expected to make a chunk of change because they did really well on the market, even winning them 2 Grammys in 1996 for Best R&B Album and Best R&B Song. However, despite all that, the girls revealed during the press conference that their pockets were drier than the Sahara. They had hoped to get a better deal from LaFace since they were so commercially successful, and now that the girls were older and wiser, they knew the label was ripping them off big time. However, the big guns didn't even want to listen to them or discuss the contract, so at some point they decided to take matters into their own hands.
TLC hold Arista hostage. The record company, Clive Davis, we held them hostage like guns, the whole shebang. Yeah, it was like that.
Because, wait a minute. I want to make sure we understand.
Yes.
Guns?
Yes, guns.
With bullets?
With bullets.
Come on, give me the story,
I'm going to tell you because TLC had generated on Crazy Sexy Cool $75 million and they gave us $50,000 a piece. I was like, what the hell? So, of course, Lisa was the ringleader.
Like, we need to go get our money. I need to know where my MF and money's at.
So, she was locked up in the diversion center for burning down the house. And she was just like, okay, we gonna get LaFace and them girls I was locked up with. We gonna drive up there. We gonna take the guns. And then we had this limo driver.
Wait, she just got out of jail.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
And we had the limo driver. And he was the getaway car. So we went up there and held everybody hostage, and Puffy was the one that snitched us out. Yo, B, yo, your girl's up here mad bugging, yo. And I was like, oh, Puff, why you gonna snitch us out, dog? But he called it, yeah, because we kicked him out of the meeting.
But wait a minute.
According to Chili, Lisa was the ringleader of this whole operation, and Clive didn't like it at all. The running theory is that after Diddy snitched on the girls, Clive must have told him how upset and embarrassed he was about the whole ordeal, and Diddy, in turn, added it to his list of grievances against Lisa. You know, Lisa, at this point, had gotten much smarter than she was when she and her bandmates were taken advantage of, so Clive must have seen that as a problem because you can't take advantage of people who know what they're doing. Lisa even took things further by leaving TLC and going solo, during which she would release her album, Supernova. Then, in 2002, she broke ties with Arista and signed with Suge Knight's Death Row Records. Obviously, there was a lot of tension between Lisa, Clive Davis, and Diddy, so it's just a theory, but it makes sense that certain people in executive positions wanted Lisa out because she was becoming a problem to them.
They took him there, they let him see the fights. At first he thought it was cool, you know. It was like eyes wide shut. They screwing in front of you. They doing bizarre things, man. Bestiality. You going, damn, right? But the part that tripped him out, how they showed him. They literally showed him how they clone people. They take the real person and put them off to the left and make two more of you. It blew his mind. Just like they did the dogs, the fish, all of that. He's like, wait, I'm tripping. That ain't a real person. Then they start, they stab the person to make you see they bleed. They're real. And they can feel that pain. You understand? So his mind is blown. Now, he done been a couple of times, and the only time they would be willing to put you in...
Has the Illuminati approached you about sacrificing anyone to make it happen?
All the time.
Okay.
Yeah, according to the internet, I've been in the Illuminati. What's the thing where they said people eating babies? What was that?
That was Tik Gate, right?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I was in that too.
You was in Tik Gate?
That's what they said.
They wild.
I was eating babies.
You up there. Wow. They think you like...
So what is that?
Wow.
So Illuminati is not the same thing.
No, I don't think it's the same. It might be the same elite circles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly. But they eating babies for sure.
That's what they say, yeah. So the restaurant is going to be a baby-based restaurant. So you're going to eat babies. What is it?
Don't play like you don't know, Kevin. We've seen other interviews.
I call it the room with the door behind it. You never get to that door. We always got through the first door, and we were so excited about being in that room that we never looked at the next door.
Cuts the break.
I'm gonna stop right here.
Look.
We're back. This is
like, come on, this look on Jay-Z's face says it all. Guessing here, he finally went through that door.
I don't know if you've had this, but I've had people throw millions of dollars in my face to do something I didn't want to do. And what? Just, you've been on, Oh, they're in the room.
U.S. Marine that's going on trial against Congress, talking about how he's seen UFOs abducting humans, but the UFOs weren't aliens, they were humans abducting other humans.
What?
Yo.
In the actual
bro,
going on?
It was a named Michael Hara, and it was in 2009. Like, he had to go do like an Overwatch mission in Indonesia because it was a natural disaster, like a hurricane. So he was over there just making sure the land was good.
Yeah.
And then I guess he was in the jungle, and he seen like a UFO like hovering over in the jungle, picking up people. And then he seen like US trucks. Like, he wasn't supposed to be over there. Like, he just wandered off. And then he said like a week or two later, like some unnamed government officials came in. Like, he said these people did not have no name tags, and they was like, yo, you cannot speak about this to your general, can't speak about this to your family, can't speak about this to your platoon, your group. If so, you can get put in prison or they will execute you.
You see, what y'all are actually thinking is a Disney movie is actually the factual truth, because Paul Bunyan was actually a real being that they were using to cut down the trees all throughout the Midwest so that they could stack them and create, like, an easier transition for the clones to come and take over America. Okay, so the Zeta Grays, like I had told y'all, was sending out different types of giants for different types of tasks. And a lot of the times it was to send them out to cut down the gigantic trees that was pulling that energy from the black sun up to the surface. So if you look in the Midwest, you'll actually see sometimes giant axes still inside of the gigantic trees, because this is the work tools that these gigantic beings were using to chop down all the trees in that area. And as you can see, if you look at his clothes and his attire, it's during the colonization era. So that's showing you that these beings were here during the time of the invasion of the clones around 500 AD. These wood right here, they were stockpiling wood and stacking it so that mankind could use it. And this is out in Utah, because in Utah they had a lot of gigantic trees that the giants had to cut down and stuff like that throughout the Midwest so that mankind could use them to make houses and bricklayer, you know what I'm saying, their dwellings.
13. M. Why is McDonald's M everywhere? Why? Why is that? Why subconsciously do you think of M and 13 everywhere? Because you know inside yourself, when you see that, that means you know really you're coming back again. And that's alright. And that's fine. Come back again and do it. You know what? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with coming back again. Because there isn't anything wrong with good or bad. Come back and do it again. I just don't want to do it. I have something else to do. Numerology is very important. The Kabbalah cheats. The Kabbalistic magicians cheats. They cheated. Sephiroth cheated.